Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sister. This is the translation of that message that she sent to me. The translation reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? My mother, she was a witch, and when she was breastfeeding me, that is how witchcraft got into my blood. And I also became a witch like my mother. My mother is still alive. We regularly go out together when we are bewitching people. My mom, when it comes to spiritual sex, she is like a sex addict. She is addicted to this spiritual sex that she has with some of the people that we bewitch. My mom, on a single night, I tell you that she wants like 4 to 5 strong rounds, and amongst her relatives, she knows that this one and that one is very powerful in bed, so she regularly go and then she will make love to them. Some of them, they are my uncles, but I am not addicted as she is, because I also make love to them in the spirit. I just do it because when you are a witch, you have to do that, because sleeping with someone spiritually, it makes you to become strong, and it makes that person that you'll be sleeping with less strong spiritually, so that they can't even connect with a higher power. When you keep on sleeping with them in their dreams, it makes them to become spiritually dirty. It is far much better for someone to commit adultery in this physical world than for someone to sleep with a spiritual wife or a spiritual husband, because when you are sleeping with someone in the physical realm, you are sinning against your body, and it is easy for you, if you believe in God, to go on your knees, and if you believe in your ancestors, it is easy for you to just pray to your ancestors and your sins will be forgiven. Even when you speak with your ancestors, they can forgive you for that physical sin. One thing that all spiritual beings, including God, hate is spiritual adultery. When your spirit makes love to another spirit, that makes you so much dirty. That is when you will see, that is why you see all of those women that are said to be the wives of Tokoloshis, they are always facing bad luck, because when a Tokoloshi is dedicated to you, the first thing that it does is that it sleeps with you spiritually, and then it leaves like a door that will be opened to other spirits. So the Tokoloshi does not bring bad luck, but after it would have slept with you, it invites other spirits that will be able to enter into your life. Those are the spirits that will cause misfortunes to be hated by the guys that you will be dating. It leaves like a mark on your body. So as for me, because I have to do it, all witches, they have to sleep with other people spiritually, because it makes us to be so strong. So I do it maybe 4 times a month. I go and I visit. Mainly I go to visit my ex-boyfriends and some of my friends' husbands when I just want to have sex with them. Like here, that is when I go and I will have spiritual sex with them. But in most cases, it is only my mom who does this thing, like each and every night she wants to do it, but I don't do it that much. So my mom, like I told you, she wants 5 rounds of spiritual sex each and every night. My mom, she was the one who taught me witchcraft. She said that even when I was still breastfeeding, when she was still breastfeeding me, she used to go around carrying me on her back when she will be bewitching people, and we will be both naked. So like you can just imagine what I am like right now, because it is in my DNA. Witchcraft is in my blood. I do not even know any other life apart from the spirit that I call my friend, the spirit of witchcraft that possesses me. It is me, and I am that spirit. I enjoy it. I do not even do it for the sake of money. I once saw this other post about people who were saying that if there are so many witches in Zim, why don't they remove the government or to bewitch those that are making them to suffer? But don't you know that whatever that happens in this physical world, it does not affect us in the spiritual realm, because our life is in the spirit and we do not care about what happens in the physical world. So there is a difference between the physical and the spiritual realm. So there was this other time when I was dating this other guy before I had gotten married to my current husband. I loved that man with all of my heart. The day that I met this guy, we were on the bus. So these buses, they used to overload them, so some of them will be sitting and then the other ones they will be standing, those that did not have the full amount to pay for the trip. So on that day, I waited for the last bus, then I got onto the bus. So we were standing and he was standing behind my back. Brother Nashi, when he was standing behind my back as the bus was moving, that was when I felt his manhood getting erect, and I also got excited. And then I felt that this guy, he was like really feeling me. And I then turned around and I looked at him, and he felt embarrassed by what his manhood was doing to me. He then placed his hand on his manhood so that I will not be able to feel it anymore. Since it was dark, no one even saw anything. I then dragged his hand to the side. I removed his hand and I placed it on my hip, and he understood the assignment. When I told the bus conductor that I wanted to get off from the bus, he also got off from the bus, and he told me that he wanted us to date, and I was like, yeah, I also want you. When I returned back home, I had to inform my mom that I was in this new relationship with this guy. My mom then said that we were supposed to pay this guy a visit late at night in the spiritual realm, and I was supposed to visit him to enter into his dreams. Don't you know that us witches, we are able to enter into your dreams? Because I wanted to see if indeed what he had told me, if it was the truth, because he had said that he was single but he used to date another guy. So I wanted to see, but he used to date another girl. So I wanted to see if this was the truth. Why do you think that we are able to bring bad luck when you are about maybe to get a job? It is because we are able to enter into your dreams, because when you are fast asleep, that is when you will be talking with your spirit, informing your spirit about all the plans, your future plans. So it's like when you have gone out and you have dropped your CVs, and when we come with our monitoring spirits, when you are fast asleep, that is when we will start to see and to hear everything that you are planning. We can even go to that company where you would have dropped your CV, and then we will possess the body of that human resource manager, such that when the human resource manager comes across your CV, then he will just dump your CV to the side and you will never get that opportunity. That is how our monitoring spirits work. They are always looking at your dreams and hearing everything when you are in your dreams, speaking with your spirit. And then we will block you from ever succeeding in life. So Brother Nashi, me and my mom and the other witches, we were supposed to go to that guy's house so that I can enter into his dream. Brother Nashi, when I went outside, because my mom was the first to go out just after the sun had gone down, but I waited because I wanted to go at least after 6 p.m. when it was like really dark. But one thing that I want to tell you is that our ancestors, they are for real, because when I got out of our house, and at that time, the spirit of witchcraft, it had already possessed me. And when I walked out, my mom, she had already gotten out of the yard. They were waiting for me somewhere because I had delayed. I then saw his uncle. That man was really scary. He was like a giant of a man. He was holding a thick spear. The spear that he was holding, it was as thick as a tree. He then told me that if I was going to my boyfriend's house, he was going to punish me. Told me that he had been given the permission by a higher power to kill me if I was going to be stubborn. Brother Nashi, I felt so scared as that man disappeared. As for my mom, then my mom just appeared out of nowhere. Then my mom told me that we were supposed to go there because my mom, she is very stubborn. That is why she is such a good witch. And I always laugh at these people when I hear their confessions. Me listening to their confessions most of the times, it is like a comedy for me. It's like a series for me that I enjoy. When someone says that I am tired of praying, then I'll say, yeah, you are tired of praying because we are stubborn. We are stubborn. When you pray, we make it very difficult for you. It becomes so much difficult so that you stop praying. The spirit of witchcraft, it goes hand in hand with the spirit of stubbornness. So my mom, being stubborn, said that we needed to go to my boyfriend's house. When we arrived at his house, we then saw that man, that tall man that was holding a spear. He was guarding the house, and we all ran away. And when we all ran away, Brother Nashi, that was when I had no choice but to dump him. Then there was this other time when I went to this other church. So I went there because I just wanted to eat the food. We had been told that there was going to be a lot of food. When I went there, I just took one of my snakes that I was using at that time before it had died. So I went to church, and that snake, it had coiled itself around my waist. It was just a form of protection. That was when this other pastor came. The pastor came, Brother Nashi, and I saw that there was fire that fell from the heavens, and the whole church, it was like really hot, Everyone thought that it was freezing cold in church, but I was sweating because it was really hot. The pastor started preaching, and there was fire that was falling from everywhere until the snake fell. The snake told me that it was really getting hot. I said, go and bite him. As it was moving, Brother Nashi, I felt so scared because it was moving to the front. It wanted to bite this pastor. That was when I got out of the church because I was scared of what was about to happen. I just pretended as if I had a running stomach and I wanted to go to the toilet. The moment that I came out of the church, I started running. This pastor, he kept on praying, but he felt that there was something that was happening in the spiritual realm, and he told everyone to get up and to start praying. He prayed and he prayed. And when I got out of the church, I started running. The snake later on followed me, but it had been badly burnt. My mom, she tried to give some herbs to this snake. Then the snake died. I had never seen my mom so angry, and she cried. And my mom was crying. It was as if there was an earthquake because the whole house started shaking when she was crying in pain. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Strange things indeed do happen in this world.